I'm not dealing with a girl who's dating like 7 other dudes. Even if a woman's interested in you, a lot of people, the grass is greener on the other side. They want to entertain multiple options. A lot of women might say, this guy's great, but then they might also say, this guy's really funny, this guy's a provider, this guy's good in bed, this guy's really hot. So they might use different men for different reasons. And the other thing is just like, I don't want to play that game. Like, be properly single. Even if we just met, if you've hooked up with a guy in recent history, you hooked up with a guy last week, goodbye. See, because some guys, this is where I differ from some of the other people in the space. Some guys are like, oh, well, promiscuous women, like if she's sleeping with other men, it's recreational use only. They use this term. They'll just sleep with the girl. But like, I don't even want casual with a promiscuous woman. If I want to sleep with a girl, I want continuity. I want to continue seeing her.
You're judging that, oh, maybe she will sleep with others, instead of learning about her, instead of saying, hey, I like you.
Of course I judge. Of course I judge.
No. But why? Instead of
It's very important to be judgmental.
Of course. No. Not judgmental, I think. Curious about people. You know, when you're judgmental without lack of information.
Yeah,
because you
I've lost all my curiosity for a woman as soon as I know she's going on dates with a bunch of other men while talking to me.
This is so stupid. I can't believe people are actually talking about this. If you want a lasting relationship, you can't accept being a choice. You have to be chosen.
Are you ready for dinner?
Oh, this is a private room. Get out.
You get that man out of here.
Dr. Weber.
It's assault. She was vulnerable. You just don't let a man.
Please.
He took advantage of my wife. He's a predator. If you don't get him out, I will sue.
Dr. Weber, Alan has Alzheimer's. His is quite progressed, further along than your wife's even. He's not a predator. He's a patient here.
That is so sad, because his wife of 30 years forgets everything, just everything, except for how to be a hoe. She never forgot how to be a hoe.
Sometimes, ladies, you are the problem.
Imagine that.
That's crazy. Like, you ain't been wrong in 3,000 arguments. Like, you don't find that suspicious? You haven't been wrong in 3,000 arguments? Come on, woman. At some point, you have to be the problem.
Just imagine 3,000 arguments and you're still right. You can use that intuition to make a lot of money. I mean, go trade stocks or something. You make a lot of money if you're never wrong. How ridiculous is this?
Fun fact. Women spend more time wondering what men are thinking than men spend actually thinking.
You mean men can just turn their brains off and stop thinking? They can just sit there and not think about anything? How do you get a superpower like that?
If you had a son with this man, the guy that you're dating, if you had a son with him and he turned out just like him, would you be proud?
Yep. We're going to reverse that. Now, a question for all the ladies. Would you let your son date you? You know, knowing your past, knowing your history, everything you've done, would you let your son date you? Yeah.
Why would a woman ask a question of a standard she can't even meet? A lot of women would like to abuse men, but when women abuse her son, now that's a stop, that's a red flag. Now that's not fair.
Honestly, if a guy lasts a long time and he doesn't want, in like 5 minutes, I'm gonna be really sad. Okay, I'm like, what? You don't like it? Like, I'll probably just be crying. Honestly. It's just rude.
Men literally can't win, because apparently it can't take too long, but it also can't be too short. But what women need to realize is that it's not really about her. Sometimes it'll take longer, sometimes it'll be short. It just depends on the amount of stress, the amount of excitement, the amount of sleep, the amount of time that it's been since the last time. And even more importantly, that man is trying to satisfy you. So if you're not communicating what your preferred timeline is, then he doesn't know. Like, he's shooting a dart in the dark. Honestly, a lot of guys think that the longer, the more impressive it is. And imagine him doing that and actually working on that, and then he offends her. That's where they feel like they can't win. And it's not that he's incorrect, because I think some women do think this way. They would be impressed by his length of time. The bottom line is that that man just wants you to communicate. Just tell him what you like.
Actually, men will flip all the power on themselves if they can last more than a woman. But that's actually impossible. But still, just imagine that you can last more than a woman. That means that you have the power, that you can resist her, but she can't resist you. That would change like the whole society of the world. Imagine.